Wanted for some of the most serious financial crimes in the world, these fugitives are hunted by the United States Secret Service, one of the largest financial crime-fighting organizations in the world. Welcome to the top 20 most wanted men by the Secret Service. Make sure you keep watching to the end of the video, as there is a $10 million reward for number 1. Subscribe for more top list videos coming soon and publishing weekly, and don't forget to share the video with your friends to help us rise in the YouTube algorithm. I hope you enjoy the video. Number 20, Alan Jimenez. Holding Costa Rican citizenship, Alan Jimenez is thought to have operated one of the world's most widely used digital currency services. Alleged to have had more than 1 million users worldwide, his payment processor handled hundreds of thousands of illegal payments and operated as a criminal bank payment processor. His company emerged as one of the principal money transfer agents used by cybercriminals around the world to distribute, store and launder illicit proceeds. He is charged with 1 count of conspiracy to commit money laundering, 1 count of conspiracy to operate an unlicensed money transmit business, and operation of an unlicensed money transmitting business. Wanted by the United States Secret Service field office in New York, Jimenez is also under investigation by the United States Department of Justice Criminal Division's Money Laundering and Asset Recovery section. Number 19, Ahmed Abdelghani. Coming from Morocco but having Costa Rican citizenship, Abdelghani often goes by the more formal name of Alex and was once the head of a well-known currency exchange named Liberty Reserve. Having more than 200,000 users in the United States and conducting approximately 55 million transactions online, all of these were deemed illegal. Abdelghani stands accused of laundering more than $6 billion in suspected proceeds of crimes and used the site to operate as a criminal bank payment processor. The company grew into a financial hub of the cybercrime world, facilitating a broad range of online criminal activity, including credit card fraud, identity theft, investment fraud, computer hacking, child exploitation, and narcotics trafficking. Charged with 1 count of conspiracy to commit money laundering, he faces up to 20 years in prison and a further 10 years for other charges relating to the same offence. He is wanted by the Secret Service field office in New York. Number 18, Egbe Iyamu. Hailing from Nigeria, Lord Aminu Kanu or Richard Amal are just some of this wanted man's nicknames. Iyamu is thought to be a member of the Cape Town, South Africa-based chapter of the Neo-Black Movement of Africa organisation, also known as Black Axe. Thought to be involved in widespread internet fraud involving romance scams and advanced fee schemes, Iyamu was the Cape Town chapter's chief butcher. He also works to launder money from business email compromise, requesting victims to send money and items of value overseas and threatening to distribute personally sensitive photographs of the victims. Also wanted by the Organised Crime Drug Enforcement Task Force, Iyamu is part of a priority transitional organised crime investigation and is wanted by the Newark Secret Service field office. Number 17, Dmitry Karasavidi. Wanted for crimes that are thought to include a combination of phishing and spoofing to exploit users' trust in known companies and organizations, Karasavidi is thought to have had a share in $17 million worth of stolen digital currencies. Websites belonging to legitimate digital currency exchanges were targeted by Karasavidi and others with multiple web domains used to trick users into entering their usernames and passwords. The defendant was then able to control the actual digital currency exchange accounts, withdraw some or all of the victim's digital currency, and manipulate the market for more digital currency. Karasavidi is wanted by the San Francisco field office. Number 16, Daniil Potakin. Going by the nickname of Kronos War, this Russian national is wanted for his suspected involvement in a sophisticated phishing campaign targeting users of multiple digital currency exchanges. Potakin was able to steal the credentials of users, logging into the websites and controlling the actual digital currency exchange accounts, later stealing multiple forms of currency. The scheme resulted in losses of digital currencies valued at approximately $17 million, and Potemkin has already been sanctioned by the US Department of the Treasury's Office of Foreign Asset Control. Number 15. Pavel Dubovny. Wanted by the Secret Service for his involvement in a scheme that generated more than $30 million in illicit trading profits, Dubovny hacked into the computer networks of MarketWired, PR Newswire, and BusinessWire. He accessed more than 150,000 stolen press releases and executed profitable trades based on the material, non-public information contained in the stolen releases. Charged with wire fraud conspiracy, securities fraud conspiracy, wire fraud, securities fraud, and money laundering conspiracy, Dubovny is wanted by the Newark Field Office. Number 14. Rashaud Tulok. Charged alongside 15 foreign nationals with racketeer-influenced and corrupt Organization Act conspiracy, wire fraud conspiracy, money laundering conspiracy, and aggravated identity theft, Tulok reportedly had a major role in international organized crime. Based primarily in Alexandria, Romania, he defrauded American victims through online action fraud, causing millions of dollars in losses, and was indicted by a federal grand jury in Lexington. Tulok allegedly served as a third-party money launderer and managed an operation designed to receive, redeem, and convert victims' payments obtained as a result of the Romania fraud network into Bitcoin or cash. Tulok is sought by the Louisville Field Office, operating via the Lexington Resident Office. Number 13. Yevgeny Martazov. Another suspected thief who stole millions of credit card details before selling them on to other criminals, Martazov had his arrest warrant issued on the April 17, 2011. Businesses such as hotels and restaurants were the victims of these hacking attacks, with others in the ring helping to steal the credit card details. Martazov is wanted by the Field Office in New York City with charges that date from January 2010 to February 2011. Number 12. Leonid Sokolov. Conspiring with others to steal credit and debit card data, including account holder names, credit card numbers, and expiration dates from at least 69 merchant locations, Sokolov is said to have sold the compromised card data to co-conspirators. Resulting in more than $6 million in losses, Sokolov and others compromised the computerized point-of-sale systems of victim merchants and installed malware. He goes by several nicknames or aliases, including Edel and Zeg, while being wanted by the Secret Service Field Office in New York City. Number 11. Farkad Manokin. Thought to have recruited and maintained a network of money mules, Manokin used his network of mule accounts to offer cash-out services for illicitly obtained funds from bank account takeovers. Mules often included visiting foreign students who opened bank accounts in their own names in the United States for the purpose of receiving laundered money and sending it to Russia. He was initially arrested in Sri Lanka at the behest of US authorities, but he later escaped custody while the extradition request was being considered and left the country. Wanted by the Secret Service Miami Field Office, Manokin should be considered an international flight risk. Number 10. Alexei Bilachenko. Reported to have been involved with the BTC e-exchange from 2011 until 2017, Alexei Bilachenko is charged with money laundering and conspiracy and operating an unlicensed money services business. BTCE was at the time the world's largest cryptocurrency exchange, moving millions of Bitcoin worth of deposits and withdrawals, and processing billions of dollars worth of transactions. The exchange was also one of the primary ways by which cybercriminals around the world transferred, laundered, and stored the criminal proceeds of their illegal activities. Numerous computer intrusions and hacking incidents, ransomware events, identity theft schemes, corrupt public officials, and narcotics distribution rings were later associated with the site. Bilachenko is wanted by the San Francisco Field Office and is of both Russian citizenship and nationality. Number 9. Ivan Turchinov. Carrying 3 different citizenships of Moldova, Ukraine, and Romania, Turchinov is wanted for a major international computer hacking and fraudulent securities trading scheme. His nicknames include Vladimir Gopyenko and Vitaly Turenko, and is accused of generating more than $30 million in illicit trading profits, conducting a series of sophisticated cyber attacks to gain unauthorized access to the victims' computer networks. He is said to have stolen information on earnings, gross margins, and revenues. His list of charges include wire fraud conspiracy, securities fraud conspiracy, computer fraud conspiracy, aggravated identity theft, and money laundering conspiracy. Number 8. Roman Kotov. With many nicknames and aliases reported to revolve around the number 7, Russian-born Kotov specialized in harvesting data from various computer networks worldwide. Said to be part of an organization run by our next wanted man, Alexander Kalinin, losses in excess of $300 million were reported from credit card companies in the US alone. Kotov was effective at penetrating the victims' networks and exfiltrated data while selling them on to others through the dark web. Number 7. Alexander Kalinin. Nicknamed the Smoker, Kalinin is wanted by the Newark field office in connection with the deployment of malware on various computer networks and the theft of credit card and debit card numbers. Said to have unlawfully acquired over 160 million credit card numbers as a result of his hacking activities, Kalinin stole the dumps to resellers around the world. Losses from the crimes total in excess of $300 million for just 3 corporate victims alone, and the costs associated with stolen identities and fraudulent charges were said to be immeasurable. Number 6. Mikhailo Rytikov. Coming in at number 6 with the nicknames of both Abdullah and Boss, Ukrainian-born Mikhailo Rytikov is wanted by the service's Newark field office. Wanted for operating a prolific hacking organization that was responsible for several of the largest known data breaches, Rytikov is said to have penetrated the secure computer networks of the largest payment processing companies, retailers, and financial institutions in the world. He is said to have operated everything from online dump checking services to bulletproof hosting and causing victims to lose over $12 million. Number 5. Oleski Bystrov. Wanted for fraudulently obtaining the online banking login credentials belonging to numerous customers of US financial institutions, Bystrov goes by the aliases of Gold and Strong. He is wanted by the Secret Service field office in San Francisco and is known to have set up automated clearinghouse links between victims' accounts and destination accounts he controlled. Bystrov further changed the verification phone numbers and verification email addresses of the victims' accounts and is charged with aggravated identity theft, wire fraud, and bank fraud. Number 4. Vitaly Kovalev. Charged with conspiracy to commit bank fraud and 8 counts of bank fraud in connection with a series of intrusions into victims' bank accounts, Russian-born Kovalev is wanted by the Newark Secret Service office. Kovalev was able to gain unauthorized access to accounts held at least 3 different US-based financial institutions and made unauthorized transfers of funds onto other bank accounts. Kovalev was able to transfer without authorization nearly $1 million from the victims' bank accounts, and he was also wanted as a senior figure within the TrickBot Trojan virus organization. Number 3. Artem Radchenko. Ukrainian national Radchenko is wanted in connection with a sophisticated securities fraud scheme that extracted valuable data regarding the financial earnings of publicly traded companies. A federal grand jury in the District of New Jersey charged Radchenko and his associate Leremenko with securities fraud conspiracy, wire fraud conspiracy, computer fraud, and computer fraud conspiracy in 2019. The US Department of State is offering a reward of up to $1 million for information leading to the arrest of Radchenko. Number 2. Alexander Leremenko. Wanted for computer hacking and fraudulent securities trading schemes that saw several high-profile business networks targeted, Leremenko is a Ukrainian national. Confidential press releases containing material non-public information were stolen from internal computer networks prior to their public release. The scheme generated more than $30 million in illicit trading profits for Leremenko and his vast network of associates. He is charged with wire fraud conspiracy, securities fraud conspiracy, money laundering conspiracy, computer fraud conspiracy, and aggravated identity theft. Leremenko further successfully hacked into the computer networks of the US Securities and Exchange Exchange Commission in 2016, and a $1 million reward is currently in effect for information leading to his capture. Number 1. Denis Kulkov. Wanted by the New York Secret Service Field Office for computer intrusion, money laundering, and device fraud, Kulkov goes by the aliases Kreenjo, Nordex, and Nordexin. Part of the Try to Check program catered to cybercriminals who purchased the stolen credit card numbers in bulk on the internet, he is wanted as part of a further illicit credit card trading network. Through the illegal operation of his websites, Russian-born citizen Kulkov made at least $18 million in Bitcoin and even purchased a Ferrari. A reward of up to $10 million for information leading to the arrest and/or conviction of Kulkov for participating in transnational organized crime is currently in effect at the time of recording. Thanks for watching this video on the top 20 most wanted men by the Secret Service. If you enjoyed the video and want more, then please smash a like on the video, comment down below if you recognize any of the people involved in the video, subscribe for more top list videos like this coming soon, and don't forget to check out the next video on this page.